Hi everyone, Natasha here, and around my home today it is a beautiful summer day, the second week of June, and so that means we are following the Fly Lady system and doing some zone cleaning in Zone 2, the kitchen, and of course it's Tuesday, so it's also time for a tiny tidy Tuesday. So welcome to my kitchen. Welcome if you're new, and if you've been around before, then you know I follow the Fly Lady system, and the way that she does her deeper cleaning in the home is to break the home into zones, and there are 5 zones. The second week of the month is Zone 2, the kitchen, and I'll link a video below that talks more about zone cleaning and how I have that whole system set up to work for our family. And it is a Tuesday morning. I'm almost ready. My hair is just drying the rest of the way while I finish this little tiny tidy. And then I'm headed off to work and my daughter's headed off to play with a friend. And here in the Midwest, we have a beautiful summer so far. Sometimes June, we jump up into the hundreds, and today it's in the 80s, so I'll take it. And because it's Tuesday, I'm also doing my Tiny Tidy Tuesday. And this is a new collab I have joined this month, and I'm so excited to be joining along with all the ladies. It's a fun collab hosted by Sunday Dawn over at The Helpful Home. So in the description down below, you can find the playlist and everyone's videos listed there. And we each just tackle a little space in our home and do a little quick tiny tidy. And so the tools that I need today are just one thing. I need my timer. So I like to do my trusty timer. We're gonna set the timer for about 10 minutes because that's about as much time as I have, and then I need to head off to work. And what we're going to be working on is right down below, and it's the first drawer right here. So let me move you a little closer and you can see what we're going to tackle. So this drawer just to the left of the stove is where I keep general utensils and things that don't sit out on the counter. And I know that there's a few things in here I probably need to go through. A lot of it's probably going to stay, but I also think it needs a little bit of a clean and wipe down. So let's just start taking things out. This is a little funnel, I use that. Most of these spatulas and pie servers I use. Now things like this, which is a meat fork, I hardly ever use because I just don't cook a ton of meat, and I keep one little glove in there in case I'm doing something where I need to just keep my hands clean, like chopping a jalapeno. And already I'm seeing a few things like that, which means someone has been cutting open probably a yogurt tube. There's a little bit of trash, so I'll start a separate pile for that. These skewers I don't typically use. This one actually came from my great-grandmother, so I just love keeping that around when I'm spreading icing on cakes. Now, one of the things I know I want to do is probably get a collection of chopsticks out of here because we have a lot of chopsticks that stay in here and we don't hardly ever use them. These in the middle are all things I typically use on a pretty regular basis. Once again, someone's been using the scissors to cut open some sort of a treat. And again, this is a spatula that came from a family member, so I like keeping that. And my cookie scoops are all fine. And this little divider is actually something I made, so it's just some strips of cardboard and I covered them with some fun masking tape, and then I just kind of hooked it into this basket. And we'll go through this collection. So far everything is something that we use and it's gonna stay. That one needs to get wiped down a little bit, so I'm gonna set that over here. We do use these when we make ramen. And my garlic press I use. I have not used this candy thermometer ever. This came from, I think, a family member, so I'm kind of on the fence about keeping that in there. This scoop is just kind of a backup. I don't know if it needs to live there. I also haven't used this timer or thermometer in a long time. Let's see if it even works. It does work, so I'll keep that. That's something handy for meat. These little scrapers work good for pots and pans. This is my other baster that I use sometimes. I believe this goes with chopsticks. And once again, an old family heirloom that I like to use to decorate cakes sometimes. Two of these little scrapers. Those are all fine. This is actually my favorite cookie spatula. The handle broke off, but it still works great, so we use that often enough. I'm not sure why that's in there. I'm pretty sure that's trash. This thread I don't think lives there, so that probably needs to go somewhere else in the sewing basket, I'm guessing. So I don't think we need a straw in there, that's not where that goes. So what I'm gonna do is pull out these red, nicer enameled chopsticks, and I think I'm even gonna just use this rubber band to keep those together, because we do use those sometimes when I make, you know, Chinese or Japanese style food like a ramen or a stir fry. But all of these chopsticks can probably go. These are some little skewers that fell out of this other bag, and the skewers I'm kind of on the fence about whether to keep those there or not. It's partially just something that I know if I'm looking for them, this is probably the drawer I'm going to look for them. And this doesn't go there, and this is all trash. So let me take all of this out. I'm gonna actually dump this, and there's another plastic glove. This is all trash, so I'm gonna dump this, take these out. Oh, two more hiding there. Wipe out the whole drawer, and then I'm not sure whether I wanna keep these in there or not. So let's do that. This is my favorite spray that I like to use for countertops and just for cleaning things around the kitchen and our home. So I'm gonna give that a good spritz, and I love the smell of it. It's a natural cleaner, and it has tea tree and lavender, so it's definitely one of my favorites, and if you're interested, I'll link that below. Just kind of smells fresh and clean. It's not overpowering, and I know that it's safe for food and utensils. So we'll give that a quick wipe down. Get all these little bits here. Some of these are just stains that won't come up, so here we go, much better. Okay, I think I've decided I'm just going to keep this little organizer that I made because it's working for now. I think one thing I'm going to do is add a little bit of tape to the back, maybe. No, I think it's fine. If I ever come across an organizer that will fit in here and not take up too much space, then I will grab it. But for now, this little system has been working, so we're just gonna go with it. Okay. So now let's put back what I know I want to keep. Those will stay, those will stay, this will stay, and actually I know it does work better to have these flat things on the bottom. So we'll do that. This is all fine. I'm going to move this little brush in here as well. This brush usually lives here. I think I'm fine keeping this. Now I don't know how to turn this off. There, okay. I'm gonna keep that thermometer in there, and the cookie scoops can go back here. Scissors live there. All of these should be fine to go back in this spot. These are kind of my baking supplies here, or baking utensils here. And my spatula. I think I'm gonna keep the meat hook or the meat fork for now. I'm gonna keep it there just because I don't have a better spot for it, and I know that's where I would go to look for it. My little funnel kind of there. I'll tuck these two little rubber gloves back here. I like kind of keeping them tucked in out of the way so they don't go flying around in the drawer. And I don't think I'm gonna keep this candy thermometer because I never use that. And then I don't know that this needs to stay here. So I think I'm gonna put this in my pantry where I keep all my dry goods. And then these little skewers, I guess for now will stay here. I feel like these are kind of a barbecue thing, but we never barbecue, so I guess they will stay there. But I feel like the drawer is in better shape now, and that should be fine. Oh, let me wipe this down. And there's my timer, so this can go back in here. And these will all just go together. And I think what I'm gonna do is put these in our craft supplies because sometimes we do use them for things like that. That can just go back in there. That's like a little kid's way to hold a chopstick. You put your chopsticks in there and then they can have some resistance to use to pinch. So what I am getting rid of and what's getting relocated out of this drawer are the chopsticks, this candy thermometer, which I think I'm just gonna donate to Goodwill, This is going to get relocated, and there were just 2 things or 3 things here. These all get relocated as well. So there we go. I hope that gave you a chance to do a little tiny tidy along with me. And again, don't forget to check out the playlist down below where you can see all the ladies in this wonderful collab doing a little tiny tidy around their home. Thanks for joining me in Zone 2, the kitchen, with our lovely timers today. And I'll be back on Sunday with another video, usually about planning. And then on next Tuesday, you can find me here with another tiny tidy video, and we'll be doing Zone 3, which for me is the master bedroom. So I will see you then. Have a great day. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button down below to let me know that you like these kinds of videos, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.